And this restaurant is named Summer House, and it was built in my son's honor. All the profits from this restaurant go to Awakening Angels, his charity. This is the logo from Awakening Angels. This logo was also engraved into his gravestone because when you say Michael George, you think of Awakening Angels. When you say Awakening Angels, you think of Michael George. And look at these beautiful colors here. These are the colors of hope. A lot of people say to me, we can't believe you're giving all the profits to Awakening Angels. Well, you know what? That's how I'm going to honor my son. That's how we're going to take care of these kids with disabilities moving forward in life. And that's what we've decided to do. And when you take a tour of this restaurant, you'll see these beautiful paintings of the triplets with Mikey in the middle all the time. And people just love this restaurant. It brings a breath of fresh air and sunshine to Cleveland, Ohio on its worst days. And Mikey, that's what he did. He brought a breath of fresh air and sunshine to the world. Awakening Angels is an organization that helps deal with anybody with a developmental disability, whether it's autism, whether it's Down syndrome. And that was our goal when Mike was born. When he was born with Down syndrome, we decided to start that group. Now it's exploded. So we are partners with 5 groups right now. We're partners with Welcome House, the Michael T. George Center. We're partners with the St. Andre Scholar Program. We're partners with Case Western Reserve School of Medicine, University Hospital, Down Syndrome Research Center. And we're also partners with the Red Cross. I think the Red Cross is a very important partner because children with disability have a 20% chance of acquiring leukemia more than other children. And the most life-saving item for leukemia patients is blood, mostly platelets. That's where the Red Cross comes in. So we do a Mikey George Memorial Blood Drive once a year. We're going to try to move it up to twice a year. And we collect blood, and we encourage people for a little bit longer to give platelets, because platelets is the golden rule when it comes to treating patients with leukemia. And Mikey went international. We just sponsored a special needs school. We're committed to a 5-year program in Ivory Coast in Africa. So his mission is worldwide, and that's our goal as a family, my wife and I, his brothers and sisters, and all of our friends, which, by the way, Milano Monument's been there since day one with the Michael T. George Center. Very generous family, and they give to the right causes. And when you go to awakeningangels.org, you can click onto our partners and see all the good work that we do just as a result of Mike being born. The things we did here are very unique. So when you have to come here and walk around and look. Mikey's a triplet, 2 boys and a girl. So his favorite place was Kelly's Island, Ohio. So we took pictures that we've had when they were growing up, and we had a painter, Irving Williams from Cleveland. He's an artist from Cleveland, does wonderful work, and he painted these pictures into paintings. And the paintings are scattered around the restaurant, and when you're walking through here, you go, wow, these are beautiful paintings. But if you don't know the story behind it, it goes with the concept of Summer House. The views here are spectacular of the lake in downtown Cleveland. Like I said, this brings a ray of sunshine into Cleveland, and it brings a lot of joy and hope for the future, not just for Cleveland, but for all the partners that we have with Awakening Angels and all the families that we're able to help. Since my father died in '74, we've been using Milano Monuments. I got to tell you, they do an excellent job. One of the things I look for is the craftsmanship. Every stone he's put in for any of my family members has been level. If you look around the cemetery, a lot of those stones are unlevel, so they pay attention to detail. That was my big concern with the stone we were going to put in for Michael, because it weighs about 6 tons, and we didn't want it to go either way, half an inch, because it will look like it was leaning. The other thing is, once they put the stone in, I look at the craftsmanship, and they pay attention to detail. From everything from finishing, polishing the stone so it looks good, to all the caulking that went around it, especially if it's a stand-up stone where there's more than one piece. In my son's case, there was 4 stones that had to be put together right on site. It turned out absolutely gorgeous. The other thing is, Milano Monuments, they can actually sketch your loved one's face right into the stone, where it looks like an actual photograph. I was really impressed with that. They did a wonderful job, sketching Michael's face into you the stone. Everybody that's seen it says, wow, they couldn't believe how beautiful it was. And one thing I love about Milano Monuments is there was no rush. I must have been there 20 times. And every time I made a change, there was no rush to make it. There was a lot of thought put into it. And on their part, they'll make as many changes as you want. They want to make sure that you got it right. They want to make sure you're happy with it. And sometimes they recommended stuff to myself and my wife that were actually good things that we took into consideration and implemented into the design of the stone. Nobody does a better job than Milano. And if you don't believe me, I'm sure they're going to show you this stone. It's absolutely beautiful. It's breathtaking.